Hi, there's Orc Tim here, and today's video we are talking about a book review on one of my favourite single player game, Rangers of Shadow Deep. I got two new books to do Rangers of Shadow Deep for Christmas, and plus one more, but I won't get into that. This video we are going to go through briefly Across the Waste. I've read it through quite a few times, and what's in here, my opinion, is quite important to tell you out there by miles, because I'm a big fan of this. I think Joseph McCannahan does fantastic work with this tabletop game, plus with others like Silver Bayonet, Frostgrave, Stargrave, and so much. I'm a big fan, and he should be proud of what he's doing and keep up the great work, and he should be recognised of what he does, for my opinion, and not only what person does so great, so good. And yeah, buy buy stuff. We will go through with the Dungeon Dark for another time, because I glanced at it but I haven't read it properly. So Across the Waste is what inside it in here. So you have like more missions, and some other exhibits. You have 4 new scenarios. You have more new companions in here as well. You have 1 new item as well that anybody can get, even your companions, and a whole new, I would say, ability for your whole game. And to me, that's the biggest thing of this book by miles. This is the main reason why I like trying to make this video, because when I started out, I want to know what's in each book, if there are more companions, what's the benefit buying them, because to me it's important. It's like the Blood Moon. I think it's the first one Joseph did. You don't need to get it's 1 scenario. It's nice, a good scenario, a couple about werewolves, but you generally don't need to get that. It's not that important, and you have like 4 normal companions already. And to me, it's not whoopee-doo. It's like it's meh. And then like some others, like the Wizard one, you get new weapons and so on and so forth. They're on new main rulebook, the Mark II rulebook. But saying that, Joseph is redoing the rulebook and bringing out 0.3 out very soon. Oh, doing that from making this video because it's asked for help online for any grammar, spelling, or anything mistake wise. But that's it. But you got 4 new companions, new abilities, and so on and so forth, and new missions. And to me, that makes it, when you get lots of little big things all add up, makes the books worthwhile. And this is one of them. So, like enough doing this video, there is another YouTuber who's really big. His name's Ash. I always butcher his channel's name. I don't know why, but he recently went through and played the campaign in this, the scenarios in this book. So I recommend, if you're a big fan of just like watching battle reports, or you just want to like listen to when he reads out their storyline for this, for the missions, to say, oh, well, you're a big fan of the missions than anything else, then you can watch his videos to find out more. Because I'm not going to read through it, because I'm going to butcher half the stuff, or mostly. But this is his channel. Most people know who he is. He's a big YouTuber. I think his work's fantastic. He's the one who got me into Rangers of Shadow Deep, because I got COVID I got COVID the first time. Couldn't go anywhere, couldn't go to work, so I watched stuff on my phone, and I wondered what Rangers of Shadow Deep was, and bugged the uncle, and look where we are now. I'm a big fan. Mind you, I have a bad cough, and so I apologise if I got getting coughing fits. So, into the book. Again, like normally, you've got little spoilers, warning about the game. The first thing first, if you have not played and won Temple of Madness, you may not want to continue reading this mission. blah 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 blah. So you reckon playing Temple matters first, then this scenario. So that's quite important. Then you have a not a huge induction, but still an introduction. I'm not going to read through that because that takes the fun away. Then you have some more thing about companions, and then you got some I forgot about a list describe about the companions in this book, and generally, well, 3 the companions in this book, and I'll go in a bit more detail with them. So you have 4. I'm going to admit about the missions. I will briefly go through them. You've got 4 scenarios in this book. You have a whole new set of bad guys. You get like giant scorpions, sand husk, zombie camels, hunchback, sand blade, sand fly. So you get more desert creatures. And they go on like sand husk, move 5, +2 5, no shooting, armor 12, will 0, health 12, maximum missile damage. So he and spits sand. So it has its own special rules. Missile weapons are also completely useless against them. Bow, crush bows, and throwing knife do a maximum of 2 points of damage. So they're good against shooting, and they got a couple other abilities. Sand, spit sand. I think they throw sand in your eye, and you minus 1 to fight. So you got new enemies like anything. More desert based because you're in the desert. And that's it. So the 4 missions or scenarios. The first scenario, you leave where you are, start walking across the desert. A sandstorm hits. So you can't see much. One of the special rules is because it's a sandstorm, and you need to get from one table edge to the other side of the table edge to win. And I think you need 1 person, maybe 2, I can't remember, to get stable. The second one, you come across a ruined village, ancient village in the desert. In the middle of this village is a well, and it says this well, this village was protected by a genie, and this genie lives in the well. You just somehow and the served genie pops out the well, and you have to sort him out. Before you do, you need to find his name and cross areas, rooms. So you need to read rooms to find out his name. When you get his name, you can defeat him. When you do, you win the game. That's the second scenario. The third scenario, you walking across the desert again. Still, you hear a horrific scream, and you turn around, wonder where it comes from. You see a ruined tower, a small way in the distance. You go towards it to find out what the screaming is, because it sounds like a living person. Because so far, you're the only living people you know. You go in the tower, and you got like certain levels you need to hit, so it goes higher. This is the time I didn't got to finish watching through watching Ash's videos, so I don't know what happens even in here. And the last one, this one quite a big. It looks like quite a big scenario. It's a hole in the middle, and you have your friendly nose again, and so on and so forth. There's a big hole in the middle. You can go down the hole to brief and reading it, and you got set again more different rooms down there, and you need to. I don't know what you're doing or trying, but I think you're looking for a relic or something. I've generally forgot the scenarios, and you get you where you want to be, and then Shadow Deep enemies are there already, and you need to sort it out and do whatever you want to do. Like most of the scenarios, Joseph's do, he likes to put in like their go to 114 or 1137, whatever. So 114, you see the shell move slightly as through something it's living inside. Gain 3 spirits points. If you wish to pick up the shell, see note 381. So a lot of people like these because it has a little taste to it, and makes it different because you can play the same scenario. Apology. The mission like a couple of times, and it can be different because you don't find that or this and that, so on and so forth. So yeah, and my word. So, and that's really the brief of the 4 missions. Also, in this scenario, you have 4 companions that travel with you. They do not count to your maximum companion. They automatically come with you. So this is built for a high level companion ranger. The 4 that come with you are 2 camels, a camel handler, and a royal carlagis. Oh god, wherever they are. I'll bring him up. There we go. Him. That come with you. And then plus your ranger and then your companion. So if you're playing by yourself, you get the 2 camels, the royal carlagis, and a camel handler, and your 7, well, how many companions you want with you. So I will go through 3 and the ones that come with you in this scenario. The first one I'll go through is the camel. The camel moves 6, fight +1, shoot 0 because you don't expect a camel to shoot. Armor 11, will +5. That's quite ridiculous high for a camel, for an animal, even a camel. But they are stubborn things. Health 16, so good health. Desert survival, pack animal, and 5 item slot, and recruitment point 5. I forgot to mention, these are companions that have to join you in this mission, but it does say in the book these can be companions, normal companions as well. I know one of the books I haven't got is the one with the more multiple animal companions you can get in. So if you can have I think a monkey, a boar, I think it's tiger, one of them, and I swear a ferret one as well. Why not a camel? So 5 item slot, it means the camel can hold 5 items. A desert survivor means it automatically passes any survival tests that needs to be in the desert because it's a camel, and so it automatically passes it. And a pack animal, after special, to be able to move it across the area, you need to do a leadership test or difficult 8. So if you roll at 8 or more, the camel's happy, moves along. If you fail it, you have one more time to pass it. If you fail the second time, the camel turns around and kicks you in the face with a +1 fight, so it's +2 when it kicks you in the face. So yeah, they can be a bit annoying. So you want someone with a good leadership, or a camel handler, because the camel handler has a special rule, so he automatically passes that ability, and the camel walks along. So let's go with the royal card. Just next, he's move 6, fight +1, no shooting. He is 11 health, will +4, so pretty good will, and he has 12 health and he's 25 recruitment points. He has a staff. Weird thing is, he doesn't say he has light armor, but he's armor 11, so he has light armor as well. I just realised that's a default in the book. So he has light armor because he's armor 11. He has a magical compass rolls. He has a heroical ability. He has parry. He has navigating +10, leadership +5, and arcane law +3. If you make him as a normal companion, you also have the +3 ability to whatever skill you want. But so really quickly you can tell he's not a fighter. He's one of these companions that are more better with his ability to help you. With navigation +10, that is stupidly ridiculous. You're nearly going to pass nearly all navigation roll automatically. Again, you roll 1, you automate fail. It doesn't matter. It says on the rules you failed. That's it. Done. Having a hero ability is really nice. A very defensive one. That's what parry is. Parry is when you roll it off, you choose use ability. If you do, you get +10 to automatically dice. Doesn't matter whatever. Most people do it to win, but you win the fight, but you don't do any damage back. Have a high leadership, quite nice. I think not many of them do have it. And Arcane Law, quite useful little ability just to have in generally. And that's really it for him. He has got his massive compass rolls. It's a nice little trinklet, I would say. If he fails a willpower test once per game, he can re-roll it. His willpower test once, thanks to this item. It does say if he does die, one of your other companions can pick it up and have it for himself. But when you return home to Anadror, you have to give it back. But this is how I would do it. It's not. I'm not giving that back. I'm keeping that. That's such a stupid rule. Such a silly rule. I wouldn't tell him. It's like, yeah, no, it's mine. So that's it. So that's him. So you have to have him in this group of missions, but you can have him as a companion. Again, he's I think, not a fighter, hands down. And the last one is your camel handler. He has move 6 +2 fight, so pretty good. Shoot +1, so he's interesting. Armor 11 +3 will, that's pretty good. Health 12 and recruitment points 20. He has a hand weapon, a bow, quiver, and light armor. He has camel expert. That means when he's next to a camel, he automatically passes the leadership test with the camel. Doesn't matter. Arcane Law +3, navigating +4, perception +3, survival +5, and but if he's in desert, he has his desert survival is +10 instead because he's specialised in the desert. He's very, very interesting. I generally do like him because he's benefit for the camel. Because in the scenario, I forgot to mention the 2 camels have to be with someone. If I haven't, so he automatically has 1, and I reckon I give the cardiologist another one because he gets +5 to his leadership. So he needs a 2 or 1 fail. So that's pretty good to have them to have the camels. And also, I think he is maybe the 3rd only companion to have a proper ranged weapon. Because you've got your archer that can have a bow or crossbow, because she's the only one that can have a crossbow. And then you have a tracker that can have a bow. And if I remember correctly, I think that he's maybe the 3rd companion that has a proper ranged weapon. Finds only +1, it's better than kicking the teeth, but that's a big deal to my opinion. And that's what makes him quite unique. And having a lot of special abilities, well, Arcane Law, perception, survival, navigation as well. So for 20 points, I recommend. It says, or I said already, these are not proper companions, but you can have them. Why not have him? I think he's definitely worth 20, hands down. But I'm not generally done there. Reading through this and thinking to myself, the camel and the camel handler can be more twisted and more useful in different ways. The camel is generally like a pack animal, so why not change the so have this in your companion, 5 points. But why not a camel? Why a pony, a horse, a mule, a donkey? Have the same stat line, have the same rules. Said instead of desert survival, the pony mountaineering, the horse grassland or plain lands, whatever you want to call them, a donkey, wherever. Say this donkey's been in the forest, go for it. Whatever. So you change the into where the better survival what you want, but same exactly rules. Why not have that? So instead have a pack camel, pack donkey, pack mule, pack pony. Because tell right now, I like the idea of a pack pony in my warband. Something different, something new. Can't do bugger all, but I can carry crap. Quite useful. And if you have like 5 or 10 recruitment points, why not have a pony? Just shove it, build a pony in. Did anybody get that hint? I hope so. And the camel handler. What I said again, instead of a camel expert, he could be a pony expert, a horse expert, a donkey expert, and a mule expert. So you can specialize, change his background, because I think in this one he's more like a nomad. So I think nomads are very good in the desert. They know where the water source and so forth. So you can have a mountaineering. So he's better in mountains. You could have someone like a and Aztec, somewhat a person who's very Aztec, like who's better in the jungle. Like I said, like the Incas are, but some are modelled so Inca looking, so he's better in the jungle. A mountaineering person, or let's say the people from Mongolia, they're extremely good at where they live, and the natives, they live in a very mountain hilly grasslands, and they're extremely good horsemen. They have unique horses because they're very short and stocky, but why not have that benefit and make it someone who's like Mongolian is better with horses for that reason, so make him unique. And instead of let's say he's good at surviving in the desert, he's more survival and mountaineering, so plus 10 to mountaineering. You can see where it comes from. So you can change the camel into any pack animal, so what I said, horse, pony, donkey, whatever, and change the survivalist to the whatever, like I think it's that Iceland pony. They're quite small, but they can stand Arctic weather extremely well because they live there. So why not make one to like cold area, like Arctic so into desert survival is Arctic survival, something different. And then same to the camel handler, you have a pony, he's a pony handler, and he's good in mountaineering. So you have in my opinion, very simple thing to do. And instead of just a camel, now you have multiple choices of your pack handler and your pack and your pack animal. So you have so much choices there alone, and that's just a simple thing. Just thought about it in about 10 minutes, and I'm passing that to you. And if anybody does do that, I think that's a good idea. Comment on that underneath, so I put some ideas into your head. And the last companion, my opinion is, I think he's generally the best one for a couple of reasons. It is, I can't believe it, because I didn't know they even had one in this game. You have a herbalist. If you know watch my videos, I have made a alchemist for this reason, because and then you make a herbalist because it's like a herbalist and alchemist will go so well for this game. There is a herbalist. I did not know about that, but it is in this book. Why do people not talk about this more? I don't understand. I love my alchemist. I'm so proud of him. If you don't know about that, I recommend watch my video. Find him. It's I make alchemist. I think he's quite sensible, and so on and so forth. And he's quite a good points, and he's very unique. Well, now go back to herbalist. He has move 6, fight +1, shooting 0, will armor 11, will +2, and 12 health. He's 15 recruit points, so that's a cheap companion. He's a hand weapon or staff, so when he's in fighting, he can be armor 12, not 11, because the staff is +1 to defense and -1 to damage when you close combat. Here's a herb bag. This is a new item, not a herb pouch. what's in the main rule book. A pouch can hold 2, a bag can hold 4 herbs in it. This is what makes him unique. He has perception +2, survival +3, plus any other +3 skill you want to give him. And this is, it says, increases to +8 when searching for herbs. And I will get back to that little thing in a moment. So to me, this is fantastic. We have a herbalist who's good at holding herbs and finding herbs, but we'll say go into that. We have a new item as well, a herb bag. He has one, and this is the rule for herb bag. Any figure that has a survive skill +5 or higher has become an expert at collecting herbs, making, storing herbs, and so on and so forth. The figure may carry a special herb bag which takes up 1 item slot. If you have survival +5, you can have a herb bag for free at any time. Then go to the back to the camo handler very quickly. Oh look, he's survival +5. He can have a herb bag automatically as well. So that's why another thing he's so useful. so this is really good. Just having that rule alone, I think it's genuinely fantastic. So, my ranger I have in front of me, he is survival +3. I guess what I'm gonna do for when I go to his next skill rating. Yeah, his survival is gonna be 5 very quickly because I want the herb bag. So your companions can have them when they hit survival +5 at any time. So I tell you right now, my tracker, when she levels up to wherever to get skill plus extra skill, yeah, it's going to go to survival because I want her to have a herb bag. So I got more companions with her bag because it's annoying when you only can have when you don't. It's like, oh look, I had 2 herbs. I can't carry anything else. This is annoying. That's how useful bags are, holding 4 for 1 item. And that's the end of the companions. So I'm going to do one thing. To me, this is one of the main reasons, because the herbalist is and the item is fantastic, but this is why this book is so good. It has a whole, I think 12-20 pages for this alone is Athan's herbalist. We have so many new things for herbs, and this is what makes this book unique and fantastic. First of all, we've got a couple new rules. You can eat herbs before battle, or a battle as your next battle report, battle game or mission or scenario. Before your first scenario, you just eat it, rub it off, done. Animals can eat herbs now at the beginning of the scenario because that was not written anywhere. So if you've got a dog, you've got iron bark, you can force that dog to eat iron bark, done. So on and so forth. And because I'll go into it, you are when you have magical skills like fireball, massive missile, or whatever, there are some herbs that can benefit them, and you can eat that and do the spell. It won't cost you 2 action because it is an action to eat a herb in a scenario. That when you're using a spell ability and you've got a herb that benefits the spell, it costs 1 ability, and it says that. So if something improves fireball, you can go, oh yeah, I eat that herb, fireball, and cancel 1 action. So it's really benefits and spell users be quite good. We have a lovely range of new herbs. I bet you won't guess the numbers. I bet some of you say 10, so you get D20. Nah, you're wrong. It's not even 30. So it's not 10. It's not 20. It's 30. Got that all wrong. You have 30 new herbs plus the 10 old herbs from the first main rule book. So you altogether you have 40 herbs now. 40 instead of 10. To me, that is a credible number. So you still got the original old 10 like Ironbark powder. They usually receive +1 armor, but -1 to the will. Then Kraken Stub Pod. A figure may use this steel pod wherever it casts a massive bolt spell. The massive bolt does an added +1 damage. That's one of the news herbs. I'm not going to read all of them, but now you've got certain herbs that benefit heroic ability. Some of them will benefit animals in a way, and some will do better or worse. And they will say them in here. Hold on, because I'm trying to find, because there are some that will benefit. Say it, and but it's generally really good just having that many more herbs. It's so good. Also, they added another new rule. You can get addicted to some herbs. Some herbs have addiction rate. So if you eat it and you do a willpower test, it depends how strong the herb is. Some are addiction 2, 1. I see one in here for 8. Show you willpower test. 1 is always a fail, and then how many will you got that? I think, I'm not sure, you add your will to it or you just roll normally. So 1's always fail. Some are I said some are 8, so you got higher chance addicted to it. If you do, you are. When you're addicted to them, you the next scenario, if you don't have that herb anymore, you get withdrawal system, so you -1 to will. The next scenario, you -2, -3, and so on and so forth. So it stacks. And you can get addicted to multiple ones. So get heads up, you can get addicted to 3, 4, well, 5. Because your will gets worse, so you be careful. You can get out, you can, at the end of each scenario, you can get out of it. You need to roll a difficult 12 willpower test to get out of that addiction to that herb. So you got a chance to do it. So it's a chance to get out, but more longer it goes, worse it gets, because it's difficult 12. So like a rogue is a +1 to will. So the first addiction is -1, then it's +1. So the first one goes to 0. The next time you don't have it, it's -1, -2, -3. It gets harder and harder, and then you need to roll a 20 to get out of it, so it can be difficult. But lucky enough, there's a herb out there special herb out there to get out of it. It's called this little basically that herb to get out of addiction rate, and that's it. So another special nice rule. If you remember, I said in the herb list, you can go out searching for herbs. This is a new thing at the end of the battle report. A companion that has a survival skill +2 or higher that are not counted to being knocked out of or get 5 not being knocked out or died or anything, can at the end of the scenario go out and look for herbs. Yes, this is how useful herbs are now, and the more chance you get it. You can specify look for one single type herb, but it's more difficult to do it, or you can roll on the herb table. Not the one in the main rule book. You have let's say multiple new herb table. So there are 2 ways to go about this. They can either search for a special herb, or they can search the area and see if they find anything. In either case, the first step is to demand what kind of terrain you are in and where you are. There are 9 different terrain tables, and each one has its own table of herbs are available in it. You have plains, forests, foothills, mountaineering, swamp, desert, riverside, underground, and shadow deep. You have that many tables of different herbs, herb tables. And the lovely thing is, this is only 4. So the first one is the desert table, foothills table, forest, and then mountaineering. So they look on the desert herb list. There are 20 herbs you can find. I said there are 40 herbs, didn't I? If you remembered. So you cannot find all the herbs in a certain areas, because where you are, you will find different herbs. And to me, that is just so good. And it's a simple thing to make the game be more depth and have more depth and more enjoyable in it. It's just make something just so simple, so good. So simple, and it's fan good. So I haven't done my end phase for my last game. I'm near the riverside, so I'm going to roll for the riverside. So I might find some and find what hand, and I will go out and search some herbs. The good thing is, you don't want it, you can leave it behind, and they're all chuckled once you got. You're like, nah, I don't want that anymore. So you've got so much variety. So now you can go out and find more herbs that benefit your companions and your ranger. And where you are in an area, you will find different type of herbs, and to me that is so good. Plus, they have another herb table, the Master Herb Table. This one is slightly different. This table includes all the herbs, so it's all 40 herbs in here. In a game, and including for players, you might want to roll for a random herbs. Say if a herb pouch is found, or perhaps you see where it can be found in an alchemist shop or workshop, to roll on this table, because a pouch can have, you could walk around, found around a pouch with herbs in it. It could be anything in it, or alchemist table. It could be workshop. It can have any herbs. On this table, it has 40 herbs, but you can't have 40 dice. So how to do it? You roll two d20. So one d20, you will say the black d20. On a 1 to 10, it's the first table. 11 and 20 is a second table, and then the next d20 you roll is So you can see, there we go. On that table, you see 1 to 10. So if you roll 1 to 10 on the first d20, you roll on this one, and this one has again 20. So you have so much choice for finding so much random, and just having this, it's just fantastic. It's so much choice for herbs now. Then when I used to find herbs, like, yay, herbs. Half the time I didn't find potions because I want potions, and I was like, great, I've got another herb. Okay, that's pretty good. Meh. Now it's like, ooh, herbs. Then meh, it's herb. Or potion, meh. Now it's like, oh, good, this is really good. So my opinion is, when you roll for herbs or potions, sod herbs, when you find it, it says when you find treasure, I would say do only potions now, and it's quite easy. You got it's only 10 potions, and you roll a d20. So the first potion is 1, 2, the next one's 2, 3. It's really, that's how I done it, and just recommend doing it. Because now when you find herbs, I think my last hour I found some herbs, so I'll roll on the riverside. I'm rolling for herbs, and I don't want to find herb, and I don't see the point now changing the whole treasure table. You don't find herbs anymore, because there's so much you do in this book with herbs, and generally that's it. So in this book you have 4 new companions. One of them is a bit, I would say, he's very useful, but the colleges, but it's meh. The camel can be any pack animal, so a horse, donkey, pony, so like I said, change it. And the camel handler can be whatever pony handler you want, and you can change his specialist survival list, to my opinion, where you want him to come from. And then you got the herbalist. So firstly, you got 2 standard ones and 2 they are standard, but I've just gave you so many more options what you can do. And the 4 missions, really good, look fun. They're in the desert, some are completely different. New enemies like a normal, that's always nice. And then you got 1 new item, the herb bag, and then plus all the lovely new 30 new herbs. Looking for herbs, and this areas of different areas of herbs where you are to find them is now you can find them. It's generally, to me, it's fantastic. I think the one with the massive the battle mage, the spy, and so on and so forth, and with the new massive items. But saying that, the new massive items in the new rule book anyway, I do think this is the second book. If you don't have on the soft copy, if you got the hard copy and you want the big one with all the 4 books, if you don't have that one already, or you're looking for the next book, if you got a couple, I do recommend getting this 100%. Just for the new companions, some of them, and the variety you can do, the herbalist itself, and all the new herb rules, 100%. I don't know why people talk about what's in the books a bit more. I'm shocked, but I tell you right now, if you do not have this book and you're a big fan, go out and bloody buy it. If you want to treat yourself, go out. I think these books are around about less than £30. If you pay more than that, don't. I think I buy mine for I think the last time I looked for this was like 20 quid. I'm happy to buy this for 20 quid. That's pocket change. Treat yourself, go for it, 20 quid. If you have some Christmas money, go and buy it. But yeah, and that's it. I hope you like this video, so please comment, like, and subscribe like normal. If you want to I like my comments. I don't get many, but I do get back to everybody who messages them, definitely. And I hope you like this video, and I will see you in the next. So many thanks. Goodbye for now.